Well, it's that time of year when so many of us make resolutions, eat better, exercise, maybe lose a little weight. If that's you, some fascinating research to share with you tonight as a part of our special week-long series, Chasing Cures. Health reporter Kelly Crowe traveled to Texas to look at an unlikely way that the war on fat might one day be won.
Human body fat up close, mounds of flesh made up of billions of fat cells, each packed to near capacity. And scientists now know that fat doesn't just sit there, it has a dangerous life of its own. Fat actually talks to the brain and plays havoc with metabolism.
Fat is a very active organ, produces a whole bunch of chemicals and mediators, including hormones.
And belly fat is the worst offender.
These are what we consider as scientists as the ugly fat, because these fat cells produce a lot of chemicals, and some of them act very much like toxins to wreak havoc in the body.
Scientists have also discovered that fat can make more fat.
So these are actually pictures of the growing fat cells, what we call preadipocytes.
Those are baby fat cells. Scientists now know that when a mature fat cell fills up, it triggers one of these new cells to start growing.
These little droplets will merge into one single droplet, and eventually the cells will grow in size and becomes a mature fat cell.
If they can interrupt the signal, these researchers hope to stop new fat cells from being created. It's part of a scientific war on fat. And these monkeys are the latest recruits.
Here's my boy, come on.
At this Texas research center, scientists offered us a rare chance to meet the monkeys, helping them try to cure obesity. They call them their couch potatoes.
They choose not to exercise and they choose to overeat. So in the same conditions of the other monkeys, they become overweight all on their own.
Because they overeat and then just sit around getting fat, just like people.
Yeah, it's a good boy. Oh, don't get that.
So they were the perfect candidates to test a new anti-obesity drug that targets fat cells and cuts off the blood supply. And as long as they were taking the drug, the monkeys lost weight.
Their abdominal circumferences shrank, their waistlines became trimmer and neater. But we also showed through MRI imaging and DEXA scanning that it was the white fat that was being lost from their body and not other types of tissue.
Is there a downside? Researchers won't know all the potential side effects until they test it in humans. But they already know one problem. When the monkeys stopped getting the drug, the weight came back.
It would not be a permanent solution. It would be a way for people to get the moral boost and the jump start they need to induce weight loss, particularly if their weight loss has risen to a point in which they can't really exercise.
These monkeys have become part of what amounts to an all-out war on fat, because the more scientists learn about the fat cell, the more they believe that too much fat is not just unhealthy, it's deadly.
They're hoping to start human trials of the drug later this year. Kelly Crowe, CBC News, Bastrop, Texas.